Previously, on youtube.com/monkapong.
In this video, I will tell you about my experience as a competitor at the World Master Championships 2024 in Roma. I enjoyed every minute of it, also and mainly because of the state of mind of the vast majority of participants. In the round of 128, I got to play Tommy Sidorov from Finland. Eventually, he won 13-11 in the decider game. Now, in men's doubles, I was very lucky because a few months before the event, I picked a random guy on the internet. I wanted to pair with a player from another country, and the guy happened to be very cool and very good. Meet Julien from Brazil.
Io ho imparato a giocare dopo 39 anni e prima dei 39 anni mai ho giocato tennis tavolo. Adesso tutti che giocano con me dicono che io faccio un gioco un po' particolare, un po' diverso.
Indeed, Julien has a particular game. At first, when I saw how he returned serves with high balls, I said to myself, it will be complicated, but it will be fun. I really suck at catching balls far from the table, so I thought we would lose every game we would play. But this tactic went surprisingly effective. In group phase, we had to play against a German pair, an Italian pair, and a pair with the reigning European champion in the 45+ category, Cédric Merchez, associated with one of the top 50 players in Italy, Giovanni Falcocci. For the record, those guys will end up world champions by the end of the week. Despite my fears regarding the strange returns of my partner, we managed to win quite easily the first match against the German pair. And then the second match against the Italian pair. Besides the efficiency of his weird chops, he was able to make some crazy shots like this. In the match for the first place of the group, Merchez and Falcocci were way too strong for us, but we were not really close though, and we were qualified in the main draw. We will remember the fact that we had the chance to play against the 45+ world champions. In the round of 128, we played against another Italian pair that was more difficult to handle, since one of the guys had an anti-spin rubber in the backhand and the other had short pips. Still, we managed to win and qualify for the round of 64, where we faced a very good Saudi pair. This time one of the guys had long pimples in the backhand and he plays very aggressively with it, which was really troubleful for both of us. His partner was very good at attacking with his forehand, so we were under pressure at every point. Julien had difficulties to return the short or half-long serves of our opponents, and even if we had a couple of game points in the second game, we eventually lost quite logically. These Saudi guys ended up as vice world champions. So Julien and I can proudly say that we only were defeated by the world champions and the vice world champions in this tournament. And then came the mixed doubles. Once again, I was very lucky with my partner, whom I picked on the internet mainly because she was Slovenian. I have indeed a special connection with Slovenia, since my brother-in-law lives in Ljubljana. That's why Lucia was on top of my list, and she happened to have no partner yet when I contacted her via Instagram. Let her introduce herself first.
I'm Julien. I'm coming from Romania and I'm playing table tennis 8 years.
Okay. What did you do before table tennis?
I played soccer for 25 years. I played some years in Austria.
Okay.
And then I came back. We won 2 national championships.
Okay.
And now I finished my career in soccer.
So you switched to table tennis?
Yes.
Okay. Could you describe your game in table tennis?
I like playing far from the table, like attacking. The most of all, I want to enjoy and have fun.
Okay, great. So, as I said, I was very lucky with my partner picking because not only is she a really cool and fun person, but she turned to be a kind of sport guru for me during the whole week. And I have learned a lot from her. You know, I am not self-confident at all. And just before we played our first group match against a very good Polish pair that was impressive when warming up, I couldn't help but warning Lucia that we might suffer a severe defeat. And she just told me something like, let's see what happens. I know you are strong. I know you have a good serve. I know you have a good forehand drive. And I also have a good push. And I am good at catching balls far from the table. I think we are complementary. And being good at table tennis is not always about going boom, boom, boom. In short, she gave me a first positive thinking lesson. And she was right because instead of a severe defeat, we got a brilliant win after coming back from hell with a 2-1 lead and a 10-7 lead in the 4th game for the Polish pair. To be honest, I had Googled her before we agreed to play together in Roma, and I found out that she was a former high-level football player that got into table tennis quite recently. So I said to myself, well, she's probably not a good table tennis player, so I will have to be the technical leader of the team. And when I finally met her, I was very surprised to see how good she could play despite only 8 years of practice. To tell the truth, this is science fiction to me. To be able to handle spins and strikes and defense like she does after only 8 years of practice, poof. I must confess, I didn't expect this at all. Then we had a much more easy match against a Portuguese guy playing with a Welsh girl who had long pimples in the backhand. They were quite good, but they didn't play aggressively, so we had time to prepare our attacks, and it helped us to gain confidence before the next match against a dangerous German pair. Once again, I thought it would be complicated for Lucy and me to stand up to experimented table tennis players. And once again, we had a great win in the end, thanks to our complementary playstyles and to the mutual trust we were starting to build together. We have talked a lot during the first day with Lucia and then all the week long about being aware of our strengths, being confident in what we can achieve, and so on. Her experience of high-level competition as a football athlete and coach, and her knowledge in the emotion management field definitely turned her into the leader of the team. And she managed to prove me once again the efficiency of positive thinking in the next game we had to play against very strong opponents. Ivan Karabet, 3 times world champions in para-table tennis class 10 and also Paralympic champion, associated with Martina Kapfinger, an Austrian trainer. Even if I knew we were an effective team, I couldn't help but thinking that we were going to be shattered into pieces against such a strong pair, live on the internet since the match was programmed on table 6 in the main hall. I didn't tell her by fear of being scolded, but I think she was able to read my mind anyway. So she gave me another positive thinking speech, and I went to the table much more serene than I expected. And we stood up to those experimented players with our strength and a bit of luck too. The first game was close, but we lost it 11-8. Still, I understood that she was once again right. We hadn't been crushed like a fly on the wall, we were far from being ridiculous, and this load of self-confidence allowed us to win the second game. We even had a couple of game points in the third game. But Ivan and Martina did not tremble, and we eventually lost in the money time. The fight was intense, and we won the fourth game with good energy. In the decider game, we only lost 11-8, mainly because I did not manage to attack on Martina's heavy pushes. If I did, I think we would have won the match, but this is not really important. The important thing is that we had a lot of fun together, and we both were quite proud of what we achieved during this week in Roma. I am already planning to participate to another World Master Championships in the future, and I hope I can team up again with such nice persons as Lucia and John Deere, and play against such cool opponents as Tommy. That's it! That was my story at the World Master Championships 2024 in Roma. I hope you liked it. If so, please subscribe to the channel. Bye!